Hello? Hello? Do I have to turn it? I don't have to turn on anything. You can hear me, and that's the most important thing, because maybe you know a few things I'll be talking about. Maybe you don't. The last time I talked about papers was 2 years ago when I was Google Summer of Code intern myself. Since then, a few things happened, including me becoming a maintainer of papers and me having less time for papers for the last 6 months. Um, but what changed over the course of the last year? Anyone that does not know what papers is? Good. Papers is the document viewer you might be using because it became the default document viewer in GNOME, the joint GNOME core. Um, in GNOME 48, I think it was. Um, but it does a few other things related to presenting documents, including we are the printing previewer, and we provide thumbnailing for Nautilus. So if you touch documents in GNOME, you might be doing it through our work. After we forked events and started working on getting it to GTK4, refactoring a lot of things, cleaning up. That means we are 1 year with you. And one thing that changed since last time I spoke about it, that was the last thing that happened before we joined GNOME Core, was working on accessibility, because accessibility is important. It is a requirement for GNOME Core, but it's also extremely complicated to get right. I promise you we did not get it right, but we improved a lot over the years, including but not limited due to a lot of refactoring. As you can see, this screenshot is showing that every single page is a widget, which is not the case for events. It is now, for the past year, it has been this way, which allows us to do one thing, implementing that these provide text. So the accessibility text interface is being able to being implemented for this. If you are using a screen reader, you might know that it reads a lot of text if those widgets are large. So it was not feasible for us to just implement it for the complete document. But this is the improvement we made, including more improvements to enhance this in the future. And that future arrived for some parts of it, but by abstracting a way that we have elements in the document and creating not just this way of recycling widgets, just similar to, from GTK list view, GTK grid view, all those GTK list-based entities. We implemented it ourselves for performance reasons, mostly, and being able to influence it later by changing the layouting for continuous and non-continuous mode. We get to that back later in a few minutes. That enabled us to add those layers I was talking about. For annotations, that was you can see these annotations are hand drawn. Those are not the ones you drag with your mouse. You can actually, when you have a tablet like this one, you can take a pencil and draw on the document. That is what Lucas did. Lucas cannot be with us today, but we have to be grateful for all this work on that, for these work, because Lucas did not just write it once. Lucas wrote it once, then pitched this to us. Then we said we might consider it if it's not too much code. Then Lucas rewrote it. Then I told Lucas that for accessibility, I had to have this great idea of abstracting everything. But I did not yet implement this abstraction fully. Then Lucas said, hey, I can help you with it. Lucas helped me with it, and then implemented it a third time, only to then become a maintainer. um, then the next thing was we had an internship, Google Summer of Code internship last year, which allows us, which worked on getting a document viewer that has our rendering layer in another process, not just not another thread, which allows us separating them for security reasons, which will allow us to enable multiple tabs, because we can do multiple tabs in papers. We don't, because we don't want you to compromise yourself by having one compromised document and another non-compromised document or something like that. And things continued from there on.
Hi. Oh, it's on. My name is Asman Malika. I'm from Kenya. Those who do not know Kenya, it's in Africa. So, sorry. So, I'm so glad for this opportunity to be here. I'm going to talk about a feature in Papers that I worked on during my internship. I joined GNOME through Outreachy, and I was improving the signing features in Papers. The features that I implemented, one was manual signature and digital signature. So instead of our users going to looking for other application to sign, we want to have them do everything in our application. We don't want them to go away. So that's why we implemented that's why I was working on the manual signature. So I think I could show a bit about how it works. Can I?
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have an HDMI cable, but it's very simple. When you want to use the signature features, there's those three. You can use a shortcut, right-clicking. You'll find as like a pop-up will show up, a window. You'll click on it. You'll see somewhere written add manual signature. That's all. That's all that is implemented. You can when you click on it, it will show a list of signatures that maybe if you had already added a few signatures. If not, you will go to your manage signatures, and if there are no signatures yet, it will take you to another dialog will open up for you to add a signature. Then you'll have to draw it. You can either draw your signature or import a signature, because other users may prefer to write a signature on a paper, then import it, use it to sign their document. So we've also implemented that. So you can either draw, you can import a signature that you wrote manually, and use it to sign your document, right? There's also digital signature that you use the certificate to sign your document. So we implemented all those to enable our users to be able to get everything in one place, to make it easy for you to use Papers. So that's all Papers is about.
Thank you very much. And
How many minutes left? 3.
one, and
One
your
for me.
things,
Yeah?
sorry, your things will land in 51, right?
Okay.
So you don't have it yet, but you will have it in probably 6 to 7 months. Your work.
Okay. So before you proceed, I want to thank Dom for giving me the opportunity, because when I joined, I joined, I got the internship. I was only 18 months in tech, and my skills really, it helped me grow my skills, and the skills I got working on Papers helped me got another job with Igalia. I really appreciate the opportunity. And since my mentor is not here, he has an emergency. I hope you all know him, Lucas Baudin. he also played a very big role in my growth as a software engineer, and I owe him and Marcus as well. So thank you, Genome community. And I hope I'm going to grow and learn more within this community. And also for the opportunity for bringing me to Europe. Actually, it's my first time out of Africa. I really appreciate that. And Mariam, thank you.
Ah, sorry again for interrupting you. And because Lucas has been holding up papers lately, I want to say the next part in the words Lucas wrote for the abstract. Then we're going to try to lure new contributors into papers development. And I think that is important. Those are things that are being worked on, including adding and removing pages is what Lucas has been working on recently. It works, but we'll see. And what are those projects that's not been worked on that are interesting? I'll have a few slides for them. I'll go through them quickly. If you want to know, you can always contact us on Matrix, and you'll find someone will be responding to you. Those projects, those interesting projects are including, but not limited to, autocropping. Documents have borders because documents are usually made to be printed, but those can be calculated, and then we can crop it, and instead of showing a hard border, we can just use the margin. We can just draw over the margin of the document, and that makes it smoother, especially for smaller devices, including but not limited to things like these running GNOME. That would help a lot. If you're interested in it, come to our come join us in our matrix room. Then you could we could also get some help with if someone wanted. This is how it looks in Foliate. If you open a EPUB, why not do that in papers as well? Or improving bookmarks. We removed a few things from bookmarks because they were not easily ported. Like you could bookmark things in events, but you cannot in papers. It's feasible. We have an idea how to do it using annotations. If you want it to come back, we're not opposed to it. We didn't just didn't have time to do it. So if you do have time, come to us. Or if you want to look into the back end more, I have some ideas of how to improve the pixbuf cache, because it's called pixbuf cache due to the reason that pixbuf used to be a thing. It's no longer a pixbuf cache, but it's still called that way, and that is because it's extremely old and it has the opportunity for a lot of refactoring, including those things I talked about earlier, that I have widget recycling for single pages. You can do binding. You bind a specific page to this widget, and you could write the cache in a way that it's reacting to that, knowing that how many pages are displaying it in which dimensions, including the sidebar and the main view, and using that to cache more or less. And last thing is we will be probably the new printing portal, and the preview site is already there because we are that, but we need to work on changing the way how we negotiate things with GTK and papers, meaning things move out of from GTK into its own application. Thank you.